What women really want today is not what you think. And that's exactly why most men miss it completely. Because what women say they want and what their psychology pulls them toward are often two different worlds. But here's the twist. The gap between those worlds is getting wider than ever. Why? Because modern dating broke the old rules, shattered them, burned the pieces, and now something strange is happening. Something almost no one is prepared for. Women today are choosing differently. Priorities have shifted. Attraction has mutated. Expectations have evolved, but not in the ways you expect. We're talking about a silent pattern, a hidden preference, a modern survival instinct disguised as desire. If you understand it, your relationships change forever. If you miss it, you'll keep repeating the same heartbreak over and over again. The craziest part? It's not money, it's not looks, it's not height, and it's not status. Those things matter, sure, but they're not the core. The real answer is something people barely talk about. Because it's uncomfortable. It challenges beliefs, and it exposes how psychology reacts in a chaotic modern world. We're about to peel back every layer, slowly, carefully, but irresistibly. Before we dive deeper, think about this. What if everything you believed about attraction was outdated by 10 years? Stick around. You're about to see why. There's a growing disconnect between what women say they want and what they actually choose. And this disconnect is bigger today than at any point in the last 50 years. Why? Because women now navigate two realities: the external world and the internal world. The external world says, be independent, be strong, never rely on anyone. But the internal world says, find someone who makes you feel safe in a chaotic life. This contradiction creates tension. Quiet tension, invisible tension, but powerful tension. Here's the crazy part. Most men respond to the external message. They try to impress, perform, provide, improve, upgrade. But that's not where the real desire is forming. Desire forms emotions, not logic, not checklists, not social expectations.
We must go over the checklist
Emotion.
now.
Women
Everything
don't fall for
depends
lists. They fall for feelings. And the modern world is emotionally draining. Fast, loud, overwhelming, unpredictable. So women aren't just looking for a partner. They're looking for emotional shelter. Not someone who dominates, not someone who submits, but someone who feels like a home in human form. Someone who creates calm without trying, confidence without bragging, direction without control. This is where it gets wild. Most men think they need to be perfect. Women don't want perfect. They want steady, but we're nowhere near the full truth yet. Because what women want today comes from something deeper, something ancient, and it's about to get intense. Modern dating looks new. Apps, DMs, filters, endless options. But female psychology is not modern. It's ancient. And this is where confusion begins. Because women today operate in a digital world with a primal brain. That brain is scanning men for one thing above all. Can this person help me feel safe in an unsafe world? Not physically safe, emotionally safe. This surprises most men. They think safety is about strength, muscles, money, protection. But emotional safety is something else entirely. It's how you react under pressure, how you speak during conflict, how you show presence during chaos. Women feel this instantly, in micro expressions, in tone, in energy. They're not thinking it consciously. It's instinct. Here's the twist. Emotional safety doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean being soft. It doesn't mean becoming a nice guy. It means being anchored, unshakable, the same way a mountain doesn't try to impress you. It just stands there, solid, silent, stable. Women sense that almost immediately, and in a world that feels unstable, this instinct gets stronger. That's why some men get attention even without traditional advantages. It's not what they have. It's how they carry themselves. But we're not done, because what women want is different from what they choose when emotions take over. And that difference is where everything gets flipped upside down. Ever met a woman who said she wanted a kind, dependable guy, and then dated someone who was the exact opposite? You're not imagining it. This happens because women choose based on state, not traits. Their choices follow one rule. How do I feel around him? Not how tall is he? How much money does he make? How many hobbies does he have? Those matter, but not in the moment of decision. The moment of decision is emotional. A woman might logically admire a man's traits, but she'll only connect with the man who shifts her emotional state. Maybe he makes her feel calm, or excited, or curious, or grounded, or seen. It doesn't matter which emotion it is, as long as it's strong. Because humans don't bond through logic. We bond through emotional contrast. This is why nice isn't enough. Nice is neutral. Neutral creates no emotional shift. And here's the twist. Most men focus on improving traits. Like leveling up stats in a game. But the men women choose tend to improve presence. Presence affects emotion. Emotion drives choice. But there's a deeper layer, one almost nobody talks about. Women today want something their mothers and grandmothers never asked for. Something new, something modern, something tied to personal identity. And unless you understand this piece, none of it makes sense. Here's the surprising truth. Women today want a man who understands their inner world better than they do. Not someone who reads minds, not someone who predicts everything, but someone who can sense emotional shifts without being told. Women crave emotional intelligence more than ever. Why? Because they're overwhelmed. The pressure to succeed, look perfect, stay productive, be confident, be feminine, be independent. It's too much. Modern life turns emotions into a battle, and women are tired of fighting alone. So the desire is simple but powerful. They want someone who can navigate emotions without shutting down, overreacting, or disappearing. Someone who listens, really listens. Someone who notices tone changes, behavior changes, energy changes. Someone who stays present instead of trying to solve everything instantly. This doesn't mean becoming a therapist. It means becoming emotionally aware. And here's the twist. Women don't choose the man with perfect emotional intelligence. They choose the man who's willing to learn. Effort beats perfection. Consistency beats intensity. If she feels like you're trying to understand her world, not control it, not fix it, but actually understand it, that's rare, that's valuable, that's attractive. But there's one more layer, a deeper one, a darker one. And once you understand it, everything changes. We're going into the shadow now, because what women want today isn't just emotional intelligence. There's a darker drive underneath, a desire for stability in uncertainty. Modern life is unstable, economically, socially, romantically, emotionally. So women unconsciously seek men with predictable character, not predictable routines, not predictable actions, predictable character, meaning how you react under stress, how you communicate when angry, how you behave when tempted, how you treat people when nobody is watching. Character has become a rare luxury. Why? Because the modern world creates emotional noise. Noise creates inconsistency. Inconsistency destroys trust. And trust is the foundation of attraction. But here's the dark truth. Women are more skeptical now, more guarded, more selective. Not because they're picky, but because they've been disappointed in predictable ways. So when a woman senses inconsistency in a man's energy, she pulls away instantly. This isn't a conscious decision. It's survival. And the twist? Women don't compare men to other men. They compare men to their own emotional safety baseline. If you fall below it, you disappear from her mind. If you rise above it, she can't stop thinking about you. Crazy, right? But it gets even crazier, because there's one thing women want today that flips everything upside down. Here's the paradox. Almost every woman feels she wants independence, but she also wants intimacy. Both at the same time. But these two needs pull in opposite directions. Independence says, I don't need anyone. Intimacy says, I want someone. This conflict creates tension, and that tension affects choices. Women don't want a man who replaces their independence. They want a man who respects it. Women aren't looking for a savior. They're looking for a partner. Someone strong enough to let them be strong too. This is why certain men stand out today. Men who are confident without needing control, supportive without being submissive, independent without being unavailable. Men who can hold space for another person's identity without losing their own. Women want connection with freedom, security with autonomy, love without losing themselves. But here's the twist. Most men misunderstand independence. They think it means she doesn't need them. Wrong. It means she wants someone she chooses, not someone she depends on. This changes everything. And there's one final ingredient that ties all these desires together. If you understand this one piece, you understand everything. Women today want one thing above all: emotional leadership. Not dominance, not control, not superiority. Leadership. The ability to guide the emotional tone of a relationship. The ability to stay calm when things get heated. Stay grounded when things get uncertain. Stay present when things get overwhelming. Emotional leadership means you set the temperature, not the conflict, not the drama, not the spiral. You. This is why women are drawn to men who show direction. Not because women need direction, but because clear direction creates emotional stability, and emotional stability creates connection. Here's the exciting part. You don't need perfect confidence. You need consistent energy. You don't need to be fearless. You need self-regulation. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to stay present while you figure them out. Leadership is not loud. It's not aggressive. It's not flashy. It's steady, calm, aware, intentional. When a woman feels your emotional leadership, something shifts. She relaxes. She opens up. She lets herself connect because she feels safe in your presence. And that changes everything. Before we move forward, real quick, if you're still watching, you're clearly invested. Hit that subscribe button before you forget. This gets even wilder from here. There are desires women don't mention, not because they're secret, but because they feel vulnerable. Women want a man who makes them feel seen, wanted, understood, desired, valued, not for what they do, for who they are. Women want a man who notices the small things, the changes in mood, the tiny details, the subtle signals, not because she's testing him, but because noticing means presence. Women want a man who communicates directly, because directness feels honest, safe, real. Women want affection without pressure, attention without obsession, interest without desperation. They want passion that feels natural, energy that feels effortless, connection that feels alive. But here's the twist. Women don't want perfection. They want emotional clarity. Here's what I feel. Here's what I want. Here's where I'm going. Clarity creates trust. Trust creates attraction. Attraction creates depth. Women don't fall for men who do everything right. They fall for men who make them feel something real. And there's one final piece that brings all of this full circle. Here it is, the simplest, deepest, most surprising truth. Women want a man whose presence makes their life feel easier, not harder. Not easier financially, not easier socially, easier emotionally. Women want peace, not boredom, peace. They want connection, not chaos. They want stability, not stagnation. They want a man who adds clarity, not confusion. A man who grounds, not drains. A man who listens, not dismisses.
Me too.
A man who carries his own
It
emotions,
feels
so she
perfect.
doesn't have to carry both. This is the secret. Women want emotional safety, emotional intelligence, consistent character, respect for independence, emotional leadership, presence, clarity, warmth, intent, depth. In simple terms, someone who feels like home in a world that rarely does. If you become that man, truly become him, everything changes. Attraction changes. Connection deepens. Relationships stabilize. Love becomes effortless. Now I want to know, which part hit you the hardest? Drop a comment below. And if you want more videos like this, you know what to do. Subscribe before you forget. Because the next one goes even deeper.